Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about the power of vulnerability and how it can transform the way we live, love, parent, and lead. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it takes great courage to be vulnerable. It means being open, honest, and authentic with ourselves and others. When we embrace vulnerability, we create deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. In this presentation, we'll explore what vulnerability is, the benefits it can bring to our lives, and how we can overcome the fear and shame that often hold us back from being vulnerable. We'll also discuss the role vulnerability plays in relationships and leadership, and how it can help us achieve our goals and inspire those around us. So, let's get started. Vulnerability is the state of being exposed or open to emotional or physical harm. It's often seen as a weakness because it requires us to let go of our defenses and allow ourselves to be seen for who we truly are. But vulnerability is actually a strength. It allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, to empathize with their struggles, and to share our own experiences. For example, imagine a colleague at work opens up to you about a personal struggle they're going through. If you respond with empathy and understanding, rather than judgment or criticism, you create a stronger connection with that person. By being vulnerable yourself and sharing your own struggles, you can create an environment where everyone feels safe to be themselves and support each other. Research has shown that vulnerability can have many positive effects on our lives. When we embrace vulnerability, we become more resilient, adaptable, and creative. We're better able to cope with stress and overcome challenges. We also experience greater levels of happiness and fulfillment. For example, studies have found that couples who are vulnerable with each other have stronger, more intimate relationships. They're better able to communicate their needs and desires, resolve conflicts, and build trust and emotional connection. Similarly, leaders who are vulnerable with their teams are more effective at inspiring and motivating them, building trust, and achieving their goals. By embracing vulnerability, we can unlock our full potential and live more fulfilling lives. Despite the benefits of vulnerability, many of us struggle to be vulnerable because of shame and fear. We worry that if we show our true selves, we'll be rejected or judged. We may also feel ashamed of our vulnerabilities, seeing them as weaknesses or flaws. To overcome these barriers, it's important to practice self-compassion and cultivate a growth mindset. We need to recognize that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. We also need to be kind and compassionate to ourselves when we make mistakes or experience setbacks. By reframing our mindset and practicing self-compassion, we can overcome the shame and fear that hold us back from being vulnerable. In relationships, vulnerability is essential for building trust and emotional connection. When we're vulnerable with our partners, we create a safe space where we can share our deepest fears, desires, and needs. This allows us to build intimacy and understanding, and to support each other through difficult times. For example, imagine a couple who are struggling to communicate effectively. By being vulnerable with each other and sharing their feelings and needs, they can work together to find solutions and strengthen their relationship. Vulnerability also allows us to be more empathetic and compassionate towards our partners, which can deepen our love and connection. Leaders who embrace vulnerability are often more effective at inspiring and motivating their teams. By being open and honest with their employees, they create a culture of trust and transparency. This allows employees to feel valued and supported, and to work more collaboratively towards shared goals. For example, imagine a manager who admits to their team that they made a mistake. By being vulnerable and taking responsibility for their actions, they demonstrate accountability and integrity. This can inspire their team to take ownership of their own mistakes and work towards solutions together. Vulnerability also allows leaders to be more empathetic and understanding towards their employees, which can improve morale and productivity. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.